Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is iBelvee and here are my Snack World battling tips. But before we actually get into the video, I want to thank you guys so much for getting my original Snack World tips video at 1,000 views, over 1,000 views actually. So thank you guys so much. And we're actually almost at 100 subscribers. So definitely thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. If you do, let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so I've covered this a few times, but you want to remember to press ZR to quickly switch to the most effective weapon depending on the enemy that you're fighting. It's definitely a big help out there on the field when you're trying to take out an enemy very quickly. So please always remember, I've said it once, I've said it again, ZR is the best option that you can choose to quickly switch with those weapons. Alrighty, so next I want to talk about how some snacks will actually have a trap after you defeat them.
It's a trap!
Be on the lookout for that, because basically what that means is once you defeat an enemy, you might see an attack radius appear around your area, and what that means is that the enemy that you've recently defeated can shoot out some kind of poisonous gas, electrocute you to kind of stop you from moving a little bit, and I think there's some other things that they can actually do after you defeat them. So definitely if you see an attack radius ring appear around that enemy, definitely get out of the way of that. Alrighty, so next I'm going to talk to you about locking on to different enemies. So this is a simple trick. If you're holding the ZL button in the back and then press ZR, and then you can quickly switch between all the enemies that you can physically see on the field. That way you can go, from left to right, some guy in the back, just to, be able to quickly say like, what, my monsters are attacking this guy, my snacks are attacking some other guy. I'm going to go for this guy and just beat him up. So next we're going to talk about the JP meter, or Jara points meter, or Jara percentage meter. I actually don't know what the P stands for, but whatever.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's pretty much a meter that you can use with your Jaras to do special abilities and things like that. If you're using your regular attacks, it kind of slowly goes down. And if you're using some bigger attacks that I'll get into later, you'll see it kind of decrease a lot more than just using your regular attack. Alrighty, so staying on the topic of the JP meter, we're actually going to talk about Jara Skills. So what a Jara skill is basically each one of your weapons that you have has a special skill that can be used. It can be like a power attack that's a little bit stronger than normal attack, or it can be something that provides healing for you and your team, or something that actually boosts your stats for you and the team. You can actually view what kind of special ability your Jara has inside of your inventory. Once you select that, you can kind of see what the Jara skill is for that. Keep in mind that each Jara skill does have a cooldown, and this also, like I said, drains your JP meter a little bit more than a regular attack. So don't go spamming the button, otherwise you'll have a hard time attacking. And the way to go about actually using your Jara skill is by just pressing the X button on your controller, and then it just unleashes the skill upon your enemy or friends, depending on what the skill is. Alright, so next I want to talk about your Jara Burst option. This option is activated by pressing X and A at the same time. This is more of a powerful ultimate attack and will actually needs to charge, and by charging it you just attack enemies as you're going through your various missions and dungeons. And basically what you see is a ring around the X and A on the right side of the screen. So basically you'll be watching a little ring kind of complete. It's kind of a yellowish fire orange color, I guess.
Okay.
Once that actually is completed, that'll let you know that it's ready and you can actually unleash your attack. Please keep in mind that it doesn't really use any of the Jara points meter, but once you do use it, it does take a little bit of time to actually get that back up to a completed ring. So definitely use it sparingly, as I can say, because I personally use it on bosses when I know that, hey, I might not make it out of here, so let me go ahead and just drop this on it real quick to try to get that health down against that boss. But if you definitely need it, if you don't have any of your snacks with you and you need to do something to continue without having to restart the game, just go ahead and just hit that Jara Burst skill and you're good to go. Alrighty, so next we're going to talk about rolling and actually blocking. So to do that, you hold ZL to block enemy attacks, just to receive less damage. And if you want to roll away, I'm sure you guys have already done this before so many times. You just press B while you're moving. That way you can just dodge an attack. I'm gonna be completely honest, when it comes to blocking, I do not do that enough. I need to do that more, but I'm more of a roller. I just go in and just start rolling around. Crazy person, all right? Just rolling around in the dirt. And here's a little tip as to why you want to do that. So what you want to do is actually keep an eye out for enemy attacks. What you'll see is some kind of, I guess, a radius and a length of how far an attack will actually go. Once you actually see that move, you can kind of get out of the way of that attack. Some monsters and some bosses actually have huge radiuses of attack range that they'll be able to hit you on, so you have to definitely look out for that. And once you see that coming, kind of time it. That way you can actually just roll out of the way. So yeah, that's definitely a way to actually do that, or you can block it, which is something I don't do, but hey, blocking works too. But I personally prefer rolling around. Alrighty, so next I want to talk about aggro. Did you guys know you can actually do this? If you want to get a boss's attention or some enemy's attention away from your snacks, what you can do is hold the ZL button on the top of your controller, and by pressing A while still holding ZL, you'll be able to just make a little noise that comes out of your character, and that will attract the enemies to start attacking you.
Do it! Do it! Come on! Kill me! I'm here! Come on! Do it now! Kill me!
Alrighty, so next I want to talk about using your pocket snacks. You can access your pocket snacks by pressing the left directional button on your D-pad. This can be used once your meter actually says ready. Once it's complete, it'll just have the words ready in that area on your screen. And after that, you can actually use one of your pocketed snacks to switch yourself for a limited amount of time to help you out during battle. So if you want to do something like heal, or if you want to pull out a stronger monster that you might have in your arsenal, you can do that really quickly. So what I do want to talk about is something that I do personally, and that's how I deal with Popsicle. Sometimes, you know, if you're in a dungeon, if you're doing something, just trying to finish a quest, and if you're taking too long, or you find yourself in that weird situation where he actually shows up a lot earlier than usual, personally, I can't beat him at this time. From my understanding from videos that I've watched on YouTube, there is a way to actually defeat Popsicle, but I'm not there at that point, so I run really, really far and fast.
Not here!
So yeah, I'm a chicken, whatever. But so what you can actually do is just holding B, you can actually run away from Popsicle, or run away from enemies or towards enemies, just to get you there faster. Another trick I do against Popsicle specifically is just try to roll out of the way. I might wait there for a split second while he's charging up his attack, and then I can kind of take off again and kind of get a lead. And the way to actually get him to go away from what I've done is if I can actually complete whatever stage mission is required, whether I have to press certain buttons or I need to find the key to open the door, I do just that, and then once I get to the next level, or if I complete the mission entirely, he goes away. So there's a little tip for how I deal with Popsicle. Once again, like I said, I think there's some other videos online related to, you know, once you are at a higher level and actually have certain snacks with you that are good against the Popsicle type, you can actually defeat him. And actually, just a side tip, you can actually carry him as a pocketed snack with you. You can get a snack shot of Popsicle, but unfortunately, I'm just not there yet. So that's pretty much it for a lot of the main tips. A little side tip that I can kind of give you, look out for hiding snacks. Sometimes a snack can pretend to be a treasure chest or an item on the ground, so be on the lookout for that. Also, if your snack dies while fighting, you can bring them back if you can actually revive them in the moment, if you don't have a whole bunch of people attacking you, you can actually do that right then and there. But if you're unable to do that, once you actually get to another stage, you'll be granted an option to bring your characters back to life from the graveyard, which is kind of cool. That way you don't have to do it solo the whole time. And another quick tip is that if one of your assistant partners falls, so like if you're on a mission and one of the, I guess the story characters comes along with you to complete that certain quest, if they die in battle, just give it some time and they'll just pop right back up, so there's no reviving that needs to be done. You don't lose them forever, which is kind of cool.
A few moments later.
But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up as it helps the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hit that bell if you want to be notified for the next video when it drops. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.